Thank you everyone for joining in. I'm going to go ahead and show you our Ebiz charge, our back-end reporting. This is where you will come to see, you'll be able to pull reports. You're going to be able to see your transactions that were processed through your Macola software. Now, we will provide a username and a password, of course. You can have unlimited users, and you can also have different permission levels for each user. Before we log in, just want to point out our toll-free number is right on your screen here for your convenience. Now, we'll go ahead and log in. Once you log in, this is where you're going to see your transactions processed through your Macola in real time. Notice we have a total down here at the bottom, so this is our running total. There's 37 transactions. Here's the total dollar amount. And also we have 2 credits or refunds that have been issued. Now, that's something that's really nice that we've done with the refunds. Anytime a refund or credit is issued, you're going to see that amount show up in the red color here. So we want that to catch your eye. So if you see red, that means a refund was given. Over here to the left, you'll notice we have auto close turned on. So you'll never have to worry about settling the batch. We will set it to auto close any time before midnight Eastern Standard Time. We also give you the option to go ahead and manually close the batch if you need to. And let's just take a look at this last transaction that was run by John here. So you can see here the cardholder's name. It was a Visa card ending in 23. Next, it'll show you the address verification result if there was a match, as well as the security code if it was entered, was it a match or not. And then finally, you can see the total amount charged. Now, one of the nice things that we've done, you'll notice all these transactions here have a detail button. The detail button will allow you to reprint a receipt if you ever need to, whether it happened today, last week, a year ago. Okay, so that will always be there. If I click on print receipt, I won't print it out, but you can see here that you get an instant receipt for your record if need be. Also, you'll notice in Macola you have the ability to email the receipt to the customer. Also, when you click on the detail button for any transaction, we will also allow you to go ahead and email the receipt from here as well. All you have to do is enter the customer's email address, click confirm, and it'll send the automatic email right from the detail screen. Now, looking at the transaction detail, you'll notice this particular transaction that was ran through Macola is a sale. Right now it's still pending. You could see the batch number that it's sitting in. You can see the approval code given by the bank, also known as the authorization code. We also will give you the feedback on the address verification results. So there was a full match on the address in the zip, and the CVV2 or security code that was entered was a full match. We'll scroll down just a bit and you can see the date and timestamp. Now there were multiple invoices that were paid, so that's why it says multiple under invoice. You could see the amount charged as well as the cardholder's name, and then the last 4 of the card and the type of card. Now the gateway is 100% PCI compliant. We're never going to display full credit card numbers. You're going to be able to see the last 4 of the card. Now I'm going to go ahead and scroll down just a bit further. Over to the right, this is what we call related activity to the card sitting here to the left. This particular card has been charged previously, so what we've done here is pretty nice. We've made these all hyperlinks. So for instance, if you want to go back to this last one that was charged on November 12th for $62, all you have to do is click on it, and notice it's going to take you right into that transaction detail. Pretty nice. Here you can see the date, you can see the time. Additionally, at the very bottom of related activity, we have a More feature. When you click on More, this is going to display the card issuer. Now, this one doesn't display here because we are using a test environment account, but in a live account, you would be able to see if this was a debit card, was it a credit card, as well as the issuer. Now, below, you'll see all the times before that the transaction was previously ran, so it makes it super nice. Now, let's go ahead and go back to our current batch. Here we are. We're back at our current batch. Notice at the very top, you have a view button. You have print, you have email, and we also give you the Excel feature. So if you want to put your reporting on Excel, that's pretty easy. All you're going to do is choose comma delimited, then the export button. Also, if you want to see more information, maybe you don't only want to see the invoice number, you want to see the customer account number. You can customize your view by clicking on the Customize button. This will give you a drop-down, and if we go over here to the left, here are the available fields that you can easily move over. Okay, maybe you need to see the time that it was ran. So if we scroll down just a bit more, you'll see here's our customer account number. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight it, click the Add button to the right. Now I'm going to use the green up arrow to place it where I want to see it in my view. Come down here and click Save and check that out. Now we've just added the new column, the customer account number. Pretty nice. Okay, so the more you customize, and this is per user, so not everyone will have the same view, which makes it nice. Whenever you change it, it's going to carry on over, so when you go to put it on Excel, also forgot to mention, right now we're looking at our current batch. If we wanted to go back and look at batches that have settled previously, all you have to do is click on the down arrow, and here's where we're going to archive all of your settlements right here. So it makes it easy button. The very bottom, the Browse All feature will give you a calendar. That way, if you need to go back a few years, yes, you heard me right, we saved the data for a few years, you're going to be able to pull up, that date that you're looking for. Here we just simply showed, just a few months here. So to access a previous settlement, it's pretty easy. Just highlight the date you're looking for so you can see the year, the month, the day, and hour of settlement. Click the View button to the right, and notice on this particular day we had 3 sales, and this is the total. They were all Visa cards. Pretty nice. And you'll notice the customer ID column that we added still remains here. Pretty nice. Let's go ahead and pull up another one. So I'm going to go back to September, click the View button, and again, this is going to show us what we processed on that day. Total of $75. And again, you have the Detail button. Okay, so if you needed to drill down and look at that for any reason, you could do so. Okay, I'm going to hit the Back button. If I just need to simply print out this report, I can click on Print, or if I need to email it to somebody, here, remember we have our email feature. Pretty nice. Now I'm going to go back to our current batch by clicking on the Batches again. And when we do that, it'll show you that now we're looking at the current batch. Now, if for any reason you do need to void something out, if you'll notice here, this very last column says void. Okay, so anything that was ran today, if for any reason you had to void out that charge, you can come in here and simply check mark the box next to the transaction, click Process Changes. That's one way of doing it. Or you could actually click on the Detail button. Okay, as long as it still shows as pending, you're going to see a Void Transaction button. The reason why I'm showing you to go this route through the actual detail is because by going this way, you can release the hold immediately. You're not tying up your cardholder's funds. That's a really nice feature. So once I click on Confirm, notice it voids it out, and you'll see here in parentheses it says funds released. Now our support team, if you call in for anything, any support issue, if you need assistance with that, we'll walk you through that. It's pretty easy. We're here to help you. Next feature I'd like to show you is our search feature. So up here at the top, if you click on search, you're going to be able to type in a name, type in a dollar amount. Perhaps you want to search by a cardholder's, let's go down here to advanced search. You want to search by the last four of a credit card. I highly recommend using the advanced search to do so when you have specific transaction information. Check this out. If I hit the drop down, these are all the available fields that you can easily search by. Here's a date, a time, invoice number. Yes, you can even search by the purchase order number. Scrolling down some more, cardholder name. Here's the good old credit card number. So I only have the last 4. So the middle section here, we want to go ahead and change this to ends with, and then we could type in our last 4. Okay? So that's how you would use the advanced search. Now, if I wanted to look for maybe the last name Brennan, I can go ahead and type that in, click the Find button, and check it out. It's going to pull all the history with any transaction that has that word in it, which makes it nice. The most recent transaction is at the top, so you could see the date, the time, hour. You'll see invoice number, cardholder name. You can see the type of card that was used. Again, the last 4. So it looks like he's used, let's see, a card ending in 24, 27, and so forth. Here's one for ending in 22. And you can see the dollar amount, the approval message, even if it's declined. Okay, it will still pull that transaction for you. And then finally at the end is our detail button. So if the $7,000 charge was the one that I was looking for, all I have to do is click on the detail, and there you go. This is a sale that settled on November 9th. And if I wanted to jump in and see exactly which batch it closed in, all I have to do is click on this blue hyperlink, the batch number, and when we do that, that'll take us right into the batch here. Pretty nice. So it settled within this batch on the 23rd. Okay. Now notice here's our customer ID field. If you wanted to go ahead and, or our column, excuse me, if you wanted to go ahead and remove that, easy. It's not going to change until you actually change it. And there you go. We've just changed it. Pretty nice. So that was our search feature. The last thing I'm going to show you is our reports. The basic reports that will come with the Ebiz charge gateway are errors. Here's your declines and your sales. Errors, what could be an error? Well, if you're saving a card and you don't type enough numbers, we'll say, in that credit card. Credit card number has, I believe it's, oh my goodness, 16 numbers. So maybe you typed in 15, so not enough numbers. That's going to be an error. That would say invalid card number. Our declines by date report, okay, will give you reporting based on a certain date range. So anything that you're running through Macola and you get a decline, you're just going to see that show up on your declines report. Okay, so if I click on that, you'll notice back on November 24th, Frank Gifford here, we ran a charge for $7,492 and the card was declined. If you wanted to go in further detail for that transaction, this little magnifying glass at the end, if you click on that, it will allow you to go ahead and drill down into that transaction detail. Okay, pretty nice. So that's our declines report. Next report that I want to show you is going to be our sales column. So you have a couple of different reports here, or a few. You have sales by date, that's helpful, and also sales by card type. Sales by date will give us a date range to pull reporting, okay? Because earlier I showed you you're able to print out one date at a time for your batching, okay? So you would highlight it and then you could print it. If you want that date range, okay, you'll just click on sales by date. You have a calendar up here, so if you click on the calendar, you can go ahead and choose the date range you want to print out. So we'll go ahead and use 10/1 to now. Click the View button. Right now we're looking at 20 rows per page. Yes, you can change that. So if I want to see 50 at a time, I'm going to change my rows per page and then click the View button. And then notice it's giving me a total in dollars, including a transaction count. Oh, and yes, anything that you see in red, remember that's a refund. So you'll be able to see right in your reports what was credited back. Anything in green is a voided charge. Remember we voided this charge out earlier for $897? That will show up in green. Okay? So we're going to go ahead and scroll down, and you could see a few transactions in here that were voided. At the very bottom of the reporting, it tells us how many pages this report is. So we're going to go ahead and jump on to the last page, number 5, by clicking on the double arrows. And when we get there, we're going to be able to see our grand total in dollars, including the transaction count for our date range. You have the print option. You can email this, and yes, you can also put it on Excel. If you just needed a one-page report, you do also have a summary box that you can check mark. click View, and this is just going to give you your totals straight across. And of course, the grand total at the very end. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at one more report here, sales by card type. This is useful, or it comes in handy, you know, if you want to see how much volume you're doing per card type. Okay, so again, you have the calendar, you can go ahead and change it. Okay, and then next we'll click View, and I'm just going to utilize the summary feature for this one. Okay, and there you go. So for this date range, this is how much volume we did in MasterCard. Here's Visa. We have American Express and our Discover. Okay, and that's the easy button. This is our Ebiz charge back-end reporting. Hope you guys thought it was super easy to use. And again, just want to let you know we're here to help. You guys get unlimited support and training. I want to thank you for calling in today, and hope you guys all have a great day.